Drake relinked to the XXX murder trial. I want to talk about that. I want to welcome y'all. It's the LG Experience. This is Podcast Talk, and I am your host, Mr. LG. I do want to talk about this. This is Drake's ongoing controversy that he got going on in his career at this point in his career. It was major news. It's major news on the vlog circuit. And I wanted to make me a video about that and get my commentary on that. You know, I like to give my commentary as we steady and roll forward. But before we get into all that, I want y'all to do me a favor, family, and click that like button, click that subscribe button. As you can see, I do this without video format. I just rather do it this way, you know, it gives me a real podcast feel, you know, at least in my opinion. So, but click that like button, click that subscribe button. Let's keep moving forward. Drake relinked to the XXX murder trial. I watched that trial, and I can say that the prosecutors for that trial did a real good job. They were very thorough, but their star witness was one of the guys that was there when all of this allegedly happened. This guy's name is Robert Allen. He was in the vehicle when they robbed and killed XXX. It was a little while ago, last year. I watched it from the beginning to the end. It was broadcast live on YouTube, and I think, you know, it was national news. You know, a lot of major news networks picked up on the story. But XXX, a rapper, you know, I do this unscripted. You know, I look up stuff while I'm live doing this, and I'm currently looking up XXX. So let's get a little bit into his background. You know, I've never really heard any of his music, but he was a popular rapper at that particular time. Jose Dwayne Ricardo Onfroy is his name. I believe they're from his heritage is Caribbean or something like that. But he's professionally known as XXXTentacion. An American rapper and singer-songwriter, a controversial figure due to his widely publicized legal troubles. XXX gained a cult following among his young fan base during his short career with his depression and alienation-themed music. Okay. Born in Plantation, Florida, spent most of his childhood in Lauderdale. I think he did some time in jail. So that's just a little bit of his background right there. Just in case people that haven't heard this story. But like I said, it reached some major news outlets. The AP covered it as well. But during that trial, Drake was brought up. So let's take a little backdrop of what really happened. It was a month-long trial. Prosecutors linked Boatwright, Williams, and Newsom to the June 18th, 2018 shooting outside of Riva Motorsports in suburban Fort Lauderdale. XXX was in there shopping for a motorcycle earlier that day. Before he went to the motorcycle shop, he had stopped by the bank and withdrew $50,000. Through extensive surveillance video taken inside and outside the store, plus cell phone videos the men took showing themselves flashing fistfuls of $100 bills hours after the slaying. You know, like I stated, he had stopped by the bank earlier that day. I believe he got a friend of his family to ride with him. There's video footage of him actually withdrawing the money from the bank. So it was clear that he picked up a lot of money from the bank, cash money, $50,000 cash. And from there, he headed to the motorcycle shop. Robert Allen, Newsom, Dedrick Williams, and Boatwright. All four of those guys were present when all of this stuff happened, which was a tragedy. But Dedrick Williams, Boatwright, Newsom, and Williams got convicted of the crime, sentenced to life in prison. Whereas Robert Allen, he was a star witness in this, and he got like a major break on that. So then he had time served, so he'll be out shortly. But Dedrick Williams, one of the XXX alleged killers, has named rapper Drake as a possible suspect in an appeal filed in November 2024. I watched it when they gave the guilty verdict. Dedrick looked like he wanted to cry, especially when they gave him that life sentence. He just looked like he wanted to cry. And they went to social media and they was flashing all the money. And I'm gonna talk about that stuff because I made a podcast about that. You all can go back and check that out. Make sure y'all click that like button, click that subscribe button. It's the LG Experience. I want y'all to experience this. This is an experience. Dedrick Williams, he did get life in prison, which gives him a shot at trying to appeal this case. But I believe they did try to bring up Drake in this trial, but some things just wasn't admitted. Williams' new appeal was composed by his attorney, Mauricio Padilla, who discussed the petition in an interview with Law and Crime Network. I saw that interview, and that's the case he's making. That look, this guy XXX, he had all these public feuds going on. He's even made public posts. If something happened to me, Drake did this, or this person did that. Prior to him, XXX being murdered, he had posted on Instagram, if anybody kills me, I'm snitching right now. It's Champagne Poppy. That's one guy he mentioned. But he later on deleted some of that stuff. But when you try to post stuff and then try to delete it, somebody else will probably already screenshotted it or something. But this lawyer laid this out in an appeal. And he believed that he had ongoing feud. Apparently this guy, Champagne, had some type of affiliation with Drake. He had ongoing public feuds with not only Drake, but a lot of rappers that are either signed to OVO or related to Drake in some type of way. People that follow the industry and follow the cult movement, they're very aware of these public beefs. But this what Dedrick Williams is trying to lay out in this case. Given the fact that I watch a lot of Law and Crime, I watch a lot of interviews on there, I follow a lot of cases on there. And one of the things I notice people try to do, they try to, as a defender, your job is not to prove the case. That's up to the state or the feds. It's up to them to prove the case. Your job is to poke holes in their case. Your job is to raise doubt. And when I see stuff like this, that's not really raising doubt because they're not attacking the direct evidence. And I see that on a lot of cases when I watch some of these trials. They're trying to raise up some type of confusion or something like that. But when it's direct evidence that can point to them, even if it's circumstantial, they try to dance around and skip over that fact and try to get you to think about something else. And that's what it seems like they're doing in this case. With Dedrick Williams, is trying to get them to look at the fact that Drake was threatening this guy. They made reference that he may have put up money, like a bounty or something like that, or a professional hit. It's another article that said that Drake supposed to have, he's supposed to showed up on a deposition on this case via Zoom, but he didn't show up for that. So the defense was trying to get the court to order him to have this deposition. And I think the court rejected that. And I don't blame him, I wouldn't have did it, But this is what Dedrick Williams, this is what he's trying to do. He's trying to raise doubt. He's claiming he didn't have a fair trial. And Robert Allen, some of these cases, it'd be about who the first one gonna tell, who the first one gonna quote unquote snitch. I made a video called "The Rise of Self-Snitching," and this is the perfect example of the rise of self-snitching. The perfect example. You guys went straight to social media. Went straight to social media and started posting about the money. Went shopping. They even got into a car accident after this murder. They got into a car accident. They originally had somebody rent them a car through the website or through the app Turo. And the person who rented the car didn't get charged with anything, but they did go rent the car just on the strength. Not knowing that these guys' original plan was to go out there and hunt people, as some people call them predators. So that's what they did. They had somebody go rent them a car, and the person that rented the car did not know what was their plans, but their original plan was to go out there and hunt, trying to find some licks, see if they can come up on something. And they happen to come up on XXX, and they have Dedrick Williams going into the shop just to confirm that's XXX. I think he may have bought somebody there or whatever. So the whole robbery thing is posted online. It's public information, so you can look this stuff up. But yeah, I would like to say some of these prosecutors, even the defense lawyers, they sort of become celebrities, for covering working these trials. They get their name get to float around the country, like literally. But the prosecutors did an excellent job with this. And what Dedrick should be doing should be attacking the credibility of Robert Allen. But I see where he's going with this. He trying to raise doubt. I don't think it's not going to work because he's not attacking the direct evidence. And that's what happened in a lot of these cases, They try to skip over the direct evidence and try to talk about a bunch of other stuff. Like the fact you went inside that motorcycle shop with Robert Allen. He's the guy that's on the stand. He was in the car. And I think that Boatwright, who did the shooting, I believe he just got overzealous. I don't think the other guys sought out to actually shoot somebody or kill somebody. It just took a knucklehead with them. You try to put together a little team that's just basically following you with your plans. And before this trial came up, these guys had been in jail probably for a couple of years before the trial even came up. So they were a little bit younger. But when this happened right here and they got convicted, Boatwright was 27, Dedrick was 26, Trayvon was 24. And this happened back in 2018. So They had been in there probably about 5 years before this case even came up. So they were a little bit younger. Trayvon looked like he was maybe 19 at the time. But Robert Allen, he was in a hurry to tell what happened, you know. And he came into court and he told everything that happened. And they look at him like a snitch. Oh, what about you? What about self-snitching? Robert Allen, he made some of them videos and took pictures and all that stuff. They went straight to social media. They got video of Dedrick Williams going shopping with some of this money. They really treated his life like it was nothing. So just to get a little shine on, they got $50,000. They got that money before he was able to spend it. Apparently, he didn't buy the motorcycle in there, and the guy he was with, which was a family friend, you could see him jumping out of the car when the robberies actually happened. They let him get away. So this guy Boatwright, he really didn't have no remorse at all. He looked like he was ready to go to prison. He was like, whatever, take me down there. Furthermore, Dedrick Williams' lawyer, Padilla, claimed in his aforementioned interview that Triple X's mother was also aware of this supposed feud with the Toronto-based rapper. And Drake got plenty of feuds going on. It seemed like with all American rappers on top of that. So what is this, America against Canada? There's some gangsters up there in Toronto. They got their gangs up there. You can go up there and think it's a soft city if you want to. But it seems like all this beef is with American rappers. Put my microphone up. But she had mentioned the same in her legal documents. So his mother, this stuff be public, so plenty of people know about these feuds. But again, I don't think that it's going to work. But according to Rolling Stone, Drake had faced a deposition to testify. When I was talking about the Zoom thing, this is supposed to have been on February the 24th, 2023. But the rapper did not show up. And that's when Padilla, the defensive lawyer, had requested the court to send an order so the rapper is compelled to testify at court. Drake was going to fight that to the fullest. They didn't make him go. He was not just going to voluntarily show up down there. But again, I don't think this is going to work for them. I don't think Drake should be too alarmed about this right here. I think he's more worried about Kendrick Lamar and what's going on with all that. I think that's much more embarrassing for him that he's trying to fight, that he's trying to battle rather. And I don't think I don't think he should show up in any type of court proceedings or whatever like that. This guy got money. He got lawyers. He got lawyers that fight any of this type stuff. He shouldn't have to voluntarily go down there. Yeah, they had a public feud and all that, but it's just not enough evidence besides these posts that Triple X made. I think these guys were out there hunting. I think they were in the hood starving, nothing to do. More than likely they had dropped out of school, try to do the hood thing. And some people just can't be the stars in the hood. Some people can't, But people will spend a lifetime, at least a lifetime, trying to accomplish that goal, which at the end of the day, it becomes a waste of time. But these guys got all day to sit down and think about how can they get out of prison. And attacking the direct evidence will be the only way to get you out of there. And you're trying to dance all around that. The evidence is already in. The jury already made their decision based on the evidence. That's what they are told to do. But I don't think this is going to work right here. I don't think Drake really have anything to worry about. In case people think, like, where do Drake go from here? But it makes great content to talk about. It's the LG experience. So I'll click that like button. And again, it's all about you all. It's all about the audience. I'm always appreciative. Love. Peace and love.